Time now for medical rounds. Many people are planning to gather in person for Thanksgiving this year. While it feels like we've returned to normalcy somewhat, there are still risks of COVID-19 this holiday season. Dr. Ulysses Wu is joining us now with some helpful tips. He is the Chief Epidemiologist and System Director for Infectious Diseases at Hartford HealthCare. Always good to be with you, Doctor.
Thank you for having me again.
Happy Thanksgiving. So at this point in the pandemic, what should people be most aware of if they're about to gather with family?
I think, first of all, there has to be a return to normalcy, right? And so we need to see family. We are social creatures by design, and that's important. But the key behind all this, that what we need to be most aware of is common sense. So we are still living in the middle of the pandemic, and there's a couple things that we have to take into account. How many people are going to be at this gathering? What is the size of the space that you're having the gathering in? Who is sick? Who isn't sick? Who is vaccinated? Are you going to mask? Is it indoors or outdoors? And most importantly, what is your own personal risk assessment? How much of a chance do you want to take that you could get COVID or that you want to spread it to other people that may not be vaccinated as well? And because that answer is very different for everybody.
Okay. So what are the ways that people can stay safe this holiday season?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, and it's a little bit late for Thanksgiving given that it's tomorrow, but vaccination is and has always been the key. Short of social distancing and never seeing anybody in your whole entire life, vaccination is probably the way to go at this point. Now, we don't want to say that it's either or, but what we would also appreciate is that masking would also be important. And if you're sick, you probably should want to take a break from any of these events because you certainly don't want to get anybody else sick. And if you are actually going to host an event, you want to think about the logistics and the layout and, how many people are coming over. Are you going to have it in separate rooms? Are you going to have it outdoors? These are all things if you are hosting as well. So these are probably the most important things that you want to take into account.
And talk to us quickly about your personal risk assessment.
Yeah, personal risk assessment. It's different for everything that we do in life. For example, I like to eat sushi. That's my own personal risk assessment. And there are other things that other people may not want to do. So when it comes to COVID, the difference with that is that with COVID, it is a personal choice what you choose to do, whether it's social distancing, whatever it may be. However, we have to remember that it is with your personal risk assessment, it does have societal consequences. So even though it may be personal choice, there is a societal consequence because you will pass it on if you have COVID to other people. And so when you assess your own personal risk, you have to be cognizant of other people's personal risk around you. Good
advice, Doctor. I'm sorry we're out of time, but we thank you for being with us. Wish you a very happy Thanksgiving and want everyone to go to hartfordhealthcare.org/COVID if they want to get some more information.